You've spent years providing, showing up, doing everything you thought would keep her by your side. You bought the gifts, gave your time, and shaped your life around her happiness. And then one day, out of nowhere, she looks at you and says, "I just don't feel the same anymore." That's the nightmare men live with, realizing that all the sacrifices, all the effort, all the giving can vanish in a single moment. It's not just the pain of losing her, it's the humiliation of knowing your effort didn't buy loyalty. Because women aren't loyal to what you do. They're loyal to something far deeper, something most men never understand. And until you see this truth, you'll keep giving everything and getting nothing in return. Before we dive in, make sure you subscribe so you never miss what's coming next. And if you like this video, let me know in the comment box below, and also tell me what topic you want to see for the next video, because your voice shapes the message that men around the world need to hear. Provision has been the illusion that men have leaned on for centuries. The belief that if you provide enough, if you put food on the table, if you cover her bills, if you spoil her with vacations and gifts, she will stay loyal. It sounds logical, but female psychology does not work on logic. A woman may enjoy what you give her. She may smile, she may even thank you. But deep inside, that provision does not chain her heart. Provision is temporary comfort, not permanent devotion. You can feed her, clothe her, and build a castle around her, yet if her emotions are not tied to you, all of it becomes nothing more than background noise. Look at history. Kings had riches, palaces, and endless gifts to shower on their queens, but women still strayed, still sought the man who could stir their emotions more than the man who could fill their closet. Because loyalty is not built on what a man does for her, it is built on how a man makes her feel. And once you understand that, you see clearly why so many men who gave everything ended up abandoned, betrayed, or replaced. Provision is expected. That's the raw truth. To a woman, a man who provides is not extraordinary. He is doing what a man is supposed to do. It earns temporary gratitude, but it does not spark undying loyalty. Provision without presence is like water without taste, necessary but not memorable. She will drink it, she will use it, but it will never bind her to you. What holds her is not the money in your account or the gifts you place in her hands, but the energy you carry, the emotions you ignite, and the respect you command. A woman can find provision in many men, but emotional connection in only one. That's why the man who believes he can buy her loyalty is always confused when she drifts away despite having everything she asked for, because what she asked for and what she is truly loyal to are never the same. A woman does not bind herself to your effort, she binds herself to her emotions. This is the most misunderstood truth about female psychology. Men are conditioned to believe that if they put in enough work, show up consistently, and prove themselves through action, she will reward them with loyalty. But the truth is, loyalty is not a transaction. A woman is not loyal to the hours you grind, the sacrifices you make, or the endless ways you try to please her. She is loyal to the feelings you awaken inside her. You can do everything right. You can be present, attentive, and committed. You can cross oceans and climb mountains to prove your worth. Yet if your presence does not trigger an emotional fire within her, that loyalty will not exist. She might appreciate the effort, but appreciation is not devotion. Effort is logical, it can be measured, but a woman's heart is not logical, it is emotional. That is why the man who barely lifts a finger for her can sometimes capture her more completely than the man who bends over backwards. Because loyalty isn't about the volume of action, it's about the depth of emotion. Her loyalty belongs to how you make her feel when you walk into a room. It belongs to the intensity of attraction you create with your energy. It belongs to the safety she feels in your presence, not because you provide everything, but because your aura makes her feel grounded and desired. She doesn't sit and count the favors you've done. She feels the emotions you've sparked. Those feelings create the bond she cannot easily detach from. This is why many men are left broken after giving their all, only to see her walk away. They thought effort guaranteed loyalty, but loyalty is not bought with consistency, it is bound to chemistry. When she feels alive around you, when her emotions are stirred by your presence, that is when her loyalty locks in. It is never about how much you do, it is always about how deeply you make her feel. Resources are useful, but they are not the foundation of loyalty. A man can flood a woman's life with luxury, convenience, and financial stability, but none of it matters if she does not respect him. Respect is the currency that holds value far beyond money, gifts, or material offerings. Without respect, everything you give is reduced to transactions. With respect, even the smallest gesture becomes unforgettable. A woman will gladly accept resources, but she will not give her soul to them. She may enjoy the lifestyle, she may appreciate the comfort, but deep inside, she is loyal only to the man she looks at with admiration. When she respects you, she submits to your leadership not because of what you provide, but because of who you are. When she loses respect, even endless provision feels empty. She may still take what you offer, but she will already be searching for the man she can admire. Respect is born from strength, conviction, and boundaries. A man who allows himself to be used, who bends endlessly to keep her happy, will lose respect no matter how many resources he provides. But the man who stands firm in his truth, who is not afraid to walk away, commands her loyalty, even if he gives her far less materially. She does not stay for the things, she stays for the man behind them. Resources fade, money comes and goes. Beauty, youth, and status are temporary. But respect is timeless. It is the anchor that keeps her present even when life becomes difficult, even when circumstances are not perfect. A woman will forgive the absence of luxury if she cannot deny the power of her respect for you. But she will never stay loyal to abundance if it comes from a man she cannot admire. When she respects you, she does not measure your worth by what you provide. She measures it by the strength of your presence. And once respect is secured, everything you offer, whether big or small, carries weight, because it comes from a man she truly honors. What keeps a woman truly bound is not stability, not comfort, not even consistency. It is the emotional impact you leave on her. A man can give her a predictable routine, a safe lifestyle, and endless support, but if she feels no spark, no fire, no intensity, she will slowly drift into emotional detachment. Stability without emotional depth breeds boredom, and boredom is the silent killer of loyalty. A woman's psychology is wired to chase feelings. She remembers how you make her feel far more than what you do for her. The man who makes her laugh, who makes her think, who makes her feel alive, is the man she cannot ignore. Even if he offers less materially, the emotional storm he creates anchors her more than another man's endless provision. This is why some women leave men who gave them everything, only to stay loyal to a man who gave them less but awakened emotions they could not suppress. Emotional impact is about polarity. It's about creating highs and lows that keep her engaged, rather than dull comfort that numbs her. It doesn't mean constant drama or chaos, but it does mean she must feel something powerful in your presence, whether it's desire, admiration, challenge, or deep connection. Without this, her loyalty remains fragile. She may stay physically, but her mind and emotions will wander toward the man who excites her soul. The truth is, women crave emotional intensity because it makes them feel alive. A man who understands this never relies only on logic, routine, or material security. He uses his presence, his energy, and his authenticity to keep her feelings engaged. That is the anchor she cannot escape. Because while resources and effort may fade from memory, emotions carve themselves deep into her subconscious. She will always remember the man who stirred her emotions more than the man who simply met her needs. A woman may be impressed by status, attracted to looks, or entertained by charm, but what commands her deepest devotion is authenticity. When a man stands unshaken in who he is, when he does not bend out of fear of losing her, his presence carries a weight she cannot resist. Authenticity is rare, and rarity creates value. Most men try to perform, to shapeshift into what they believe will please her, but that performance eventually cracks. A woman's intuition can sense when a man is faking strength, when his confidence is an act, and when his words are rehearsed. She cannot fully respect what she knows is not real. Authenticity has power because it shows fearlessness. A man who is not afraid to lose her, who is not desperate for approval, radiates a different kind of energy. He is not moved by manipulation, not controlled by her moods, not weakened by her tests. Instead, he stands grounded in truth, and that stability creates a gravitational pull. She may challenge him, she may even resist at times, but deep inside, she feels safe in the presence of a man who refuses to compromise his essence. Women are loyal to what makes them feel secure, but that security is not just financial or physical, it is emotional and psychological. Authenticity provides that. A man who shows up the same way in private as he does in public, who speaks with conviction and acts in alignment with his words, earns a loyalty that no amount of provision can buy. She knows what she is dealing with. She knows his strength is not a mask. That certainty allows her to give herself in ways she never would to a man who is simply performing. Authenticity also creates polarity. When you reveal your truth unapologetically, you draw out her rawest emotions. She may love it, she may fight it, but she cannot ignore it. That emotional intensity is what secures devotion, because the man who is authentic does not chase, does not need to beg, and does not fear walking away. And paradoxically, that is exactly why women stay loyal to him, because his truth cannot be bought and his presence cannot be replaced.